The FCT is reported to have recorded a hike in the level of corruption which has affected nearly every sphere of the Nigerian economy, including the education sector. This has contributed to the country's education crisis, where an increasing number of children are failing to go to school. Stakeholders say the government is getting it wrong when it comes to how much investment it makes annually to basic education. Hamza Lawal, an activist and CEO of Connected Development, says that corruption is playing a large role in keeping Nigerian children out of school. He claims that many politicians are pocketing funds that would have gone to providing quality education either through kickbacks or through diversion into frivolous projects, resulting to the high number of out-of-school children.
Again, when there is no accountability, what happens is misappropriation, embezzlement, and siphoning of public resources. Before government project is undertaken, first they call for open bid. Before government would call for an open bid, what it means is there's an appropriation of this money, and then this money has been released. So there's cash backing for the appropriation. So if government now publish and call for bid, and then they award contract, by law, they mobilize contractor with 15%. And then as the contractor progresses with the work, they disburse more money to implement this project. So for any reason where you see projects being abandoned, what it means is someone is skimming the milk. And what they do practically is, so every year, and that's why they don't want to make this budget information public. You still see the same line item for 5 years. And then you wonder, why is this reoccurring? And it's capital expenditure. Why is it reoccurring? When we even write and say, okay, can we get contracting information and bill of quantity so we can track? So are you giving contract to build three blocks of classrooms? Are you renovating? Or, are you, so there's building, there's renovation and revamping. Which one are you doing? No information. You talked about no perimeter fencing, and the implication of no perimeter fencing is one, it means classes can be ongoing and the school could get invaded, or hoodlums would enter, and now that there's insecurity, we could kidnap children.
Lawal pointed out that every child has the right to basic education, even as he emphasized the need to revamp the education sector in the FCT. He explained that school fees are often not used for what they are intended for, including the maintenance of classrooms and the provision of instructional materials. The activist believes that there is more to be done in order to win the fight against corruption in education.
So I think that we just need someone who will prioritize education, and it has to start from the top. I also think that citizens at the bottom also need to understand their rights and demand for this right. In every primary school, there is SBMC, that's school-based monitoring team. You have the PTA. So, but a lot of people don't even understand the role of the PTA or the SBMCs, and that's why you have hidden fees. So they say basic education is free. It is not free. When you speak to parents or those children, they say they should pay for exam fee, they should pay for report card, they should pay for cardigan. There are hidden charges that you might think is as small as 500 or 1,000. There are people who, in a day, their family or the household does not make 100 naira. So and they have like 3 or 4 children going to school. Where would they get that money from? So for me, we need a leader who understands that education is a priority, but we also need an active and informed citizen at the bottom who would increase this demand. Because for me, governance is an equilibrium of demand and supply. The more you demand, the more supply will be given to you. If you don't demand, the kind of politicians we have, they'll fold their arms and they will tell the world that everything is fine in Nigeria.
In his view, public schools have fallen victim to high level of corruption. If the trend is to be reversed, it would be necessary to pressure the government to swiftly investigate corruption in the education sector and encourage transparency and accountability. Public officials who are trusted to oversee this sector must be held responsible for the rot in the system.